is the next Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
I'm saying it on national television. Devin Booker
said it.
is the next Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
It is official. His first playoff appearance. And the brother's a number one option, averaging over 28, dropped 40 in a triple-double in the first game of the conference finals. And just the way he plays, he's an assassin.
You know, Perk, Twitter, feisty after this, all sorts of fired up. Where are you, sir, on Stephen A. comparing Booker to Kobe?
You know what, Molly? I was actually walking through the airport, and I stopped, and I was grabbing something to eat, watching First Take. And I sit up here, and I said to myself, okay, this is the Senior Citizens Day, okay? They had Stephen A., Max, and Magic on there. And when Stephen A. uttered those words, not you, Molly, not you. When Stephen A. uttered those words out of his mouth, and I saw Magic and Max co-signing, yep, and then Magic over there doing, yeah. I was sitting up there and I was appalled. For the simple fact that, look, I'm not taking anything away from Devin Booker. Offensively, he's talented. He has zero flaws. He has mid-range. He has a pull-up tray. He can handle. He can get to the basket. He has all of that. But when you talk about the great Kobe Bryant and what separates them two, I'm going to just stick to this point. Kobe Bryant was a menace, not just on the offensive end, Molly and Stephen A. and Max, but on the defensive side of things. We're talking about a guy that has 12 NBA all defensive teams, 9 of them first team. I mean, look, listen. Kobe Bryant, right, was Michael Jordan 2.0 on the perimeter with his skill set. And on the low block, he was Akeem Olajuwon in a 6'6" frame body, okay? Let's not get it twisted. We talking about arguably the most skilled guy to ever touch the damn basketball. I would not just grant and put Devin Booker in that conversation with Kobe Bryant. Not just yet. I cannot do it. And I'm not about to listen to it.
Well, actually, you are about to listen to it because you're on this show, okay? And obviously, because you do such an exceptional job, making me very, very proud, becoming an astute NBA analyst that you are, you also going to be on SportsCenter with Stephen A. in the future as well. So you'll be listening whether you like it or not, Kendrick Perkins. Let's get that out the way. That's number one. Number two, you do have an obligation to decipher and comprehend exactly what I'm saying instead of getting caught up in your emotions and saying, you act like I say he better than Kobe Bryant. No. Kobe Bryant, God rest his wonderful soul, is no longer here. And even before that, he had retired. What I said was he's the next dude. When you look at his game and you look at how he plays, specifically on the offensive end of the floor, tell me somebody who mirrors Kobe more. The mid-range game, the pull-up J's, the threes, the ball handling, how he sits up there and shrugs you off and pulls up butter all day, every day. This dude has averaged better than 25 a game pretty much for the last 4 or 5 years. This dude, Devin Booker, shoots 45% or better from the field. He shoots around 35% from three-point range. Numbers incredibly similar to that of Kobe Bryant. Oh, by the way, as good as Kobe Bryant was from the free throw line, career 83%, Devin Booker's actually better at 87%. So what is it that he can't do offensively? Oh, I forgot. Kobe Bryant scored 81 points in a game because Wilt Chamberlain once had 100. And second was Kobe Bryant. He had 81. Guess what Devin Booker did against your Boston Celtics over a year or so ago? He dropped 70. This is who this dude is. And so when I look at it from that perspective, and I'm saying I'm watching him on the basketball court, going against teams, dudes running at him, trying to punk him, trying to act like, you know what, he ain't the babyface assassin that he think he is. That's reserved for Steph Curry. Devin Booker's been like, yo, somebody done told y'all wrong. You better ask somebody. His first playoff appearance, the brothers averaging better than 28. Like, consistently. They're winning basketball games, and he's the number one option. Everybody knows it, and he's one, particularly, and you know this, KP, because like you said, you got the NBA package, and you watch the games. You know I do. So what does he do? You see at times there's breakdowns with Phoenix's offense. One of those young thoroughbreds get out there. They might not run a play correctly or whatever. And Devin Booker just says, give it to me. I'll clean up for you. Yep, let's try it again next time down the court. This is who he is. And again, the next Kobe Bryant, not better, just the next.
Well, welcome to the party, Stephen A., because I've been calling him a mini Mamba. He's an inch or two shorter, so he's physically not as big as Kobe. And Perk, right, Kobe defensively was also different, but their games are very similar. The footwork, the shot-making ability, and all that stuff, and that Kobe was a mentor, that's not surprising. But on top of that, a bigger issue is when the lights shine brightest. And we didn't know this about Book yet because until last year in the bubble, right? Because he's never been in that position. When the lights shine brightest, he plays his best. He doesn't shy away from that. If anything, he gets stronger. He gets better in that moment. So to sit there and deny that you see similarities, that's not even truthful. It's okay to compare two different guys, even if you think one guy is better. I don't think Devin Booker will go down in history side by side with Kobe Bryant. But he is the mini Mamba. His game, his offensive game, his scoring is similar. And by the way, when Stephen A. brings up like the shooting, the three-point shooting, he shoots like 35 and Kobe shot 33. But in Kobe's era, 33 is like 35 now. So with similar games, playing the same position, the same kind of mentality and characteristics, how are you going to sit there and deny the comparison?
Fellas, here's the deal. This conversation's too good. It started with his shot selection. In 12 games, Simmons attempted 95 shots. Just one of those came outside of the paint. In the fourth quarter, the shots disappeared entirely. In nearly 80 minutes of fourth quarter play, Simmons took just 6 attempts. Against the Hawks in games 4 through 7, he took 0 attempts in the fourth, but his struggles were most evident at the free throw line, as Simmons shot just 34%, the worst free throw percentage by any player in playoff history, with a minimum of 70 attempts. Here's Doc Rivers, who's also taken some heat of late.
I know exactly what we want to do. I'm positive in Ben. I'm very bullish on Ben still. But there's work, Mark. There is. And Ben will be willing to do it. And that's the key. Sometimes you have to go through stuff to see it and be honest with it.
Got to put in that work. Big Perk knows what that takes. An NBA champion himself. Good to see you, sir. I will get to you in just a moment, but I'm going to start with Max Kellerman on this one, if that's okay with you, Perk and Stephen A. Max, is Ben Simmons fixable?
Yeah, I think he can be fixed, not in Philly. Like the Philly fans who get such a bad rap for riding guys, and they deserve it sometimes, they supported Ben Simmons just like they supported Markelle Fultz. Fultz would hit a free throw, they go nuts, right? Because they were trying to build him up. And they've done that with Simmons time and again. How could you stick with this guy after that performance? He has to get out of town. He's going to have to leave. But guys, watch Summer League from a couple years ago. He was taking and hitting shots. Jump shots, believe it or not. It's there in him somewhere. The problem is between the ears. So where could he go to get fixed? I think Magic was on the show yesterday, and we were talking about, and I was saying, like, which coach could fix him, and Magic was talking about a veteran player. Well, who's his agent? Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, right? Where might they be able to swing a trade, especially now that he's so devalued? Maybe the Lakers. Maybe it's LeBron James, whose game Simmons resembles in certain ways, in many ways, in fact. Maybe that's where he has to go to get the proper kind of veteran guidance with a chance